everybody. This is Glenda with Fralins and Friends Crafts Plus, and we are on the 6th canvas, which is going to be the end of the story, at least on this part. We're getting Noah back on dry land. After 100 and some days and having sent out the second dove, which did not come back because he obviously found someplace to go, there was about another 100 days before the land dried up enough to where it was dry enough and they could land. They landed on top of Mount Ararat. God had sent a wind to blow along upon the earth so that it could dry, to help it to dry a little faster. Noah is now 601 years old. He has his 3 sons, and I'm trying, right now I've got it sped up a little, but he's got through the whole thing, he's got his 3 sons, his wife, his 3 sons' wives, and all the animals that he was to take on the ark with him. And that's where we are up to this point. We are about to land the ark here in just a little bit. Okay, what I am doing here is I'm trying to get the colors of the earth, and I want to, because this is, Noah's now 601, and they've had to stay on the ark for quite a long time while the flooding ceased, or the rain ceased after the 40 days and 40 nights. But it took a while for all of the ground to dry up. So God sent a great wind, and it did, or it didn't say a great wind, it just said a wind. God sent a wind, and it helped to dry the earth. So on this other, I have the dove who brought back the olive leaf. And so there had to be some ground somewhere for that olive tree to grow. So I just put that there, but he didn't immediately go out after the dove came back. So I want to put a little bit of grassy spots on here in the lowlands. And that's not quite dry enough yet. I'm now working on the final part of Noah's story, at least as far as the flood is concerned. There's a lot more to Noah's story, and to his sons as well. However, okay, on here, took me a while, got the dove, pretty much looked like a dove. However, he's as big as Noah. We're not working proportion on this. This is story, it's not proportion. We needed some place for that olive leaf to come from, so we put this mountain there, or hill, with one olive tree on it. But the waters were still too high to land the ark. Finally, after 100 and some days beyond when the rain stopped, the water was receding enough for Noah to land the ark on top of Mount Ararat. I need to darken this brown for the ark to show up well. Now come on, you're supposed to be a little brown and a little black. That's okay. So just so you understand, this is not a proportionate type of effort. I worked hard on proportions on the horse. This is a whole different story. Okay, he's landed on Mount Ararat, and what he does next, as the Lord commanded, he built an altar to thank the Lord for saving them from the flood. That gray is so easy to lose on that tinfoil. So he built the altar, and that's where the seventh of the clean animals came in. Those animals were all offered all made as offerings to the Lord. Put a little carcass here of some indistinct animal, because there were a lot of clean animals that were offered here, and God found that pleasant. And from then on, he gave, well, he returned the rule of the earth to mankind. And he gave the right to eat the meat of clean animals to Noah and mankind. So this was the first time that animals feared man. And, okay, I gotta get some animals coming out of the ark here. Yeah. These colors are, but each animal, okay, I took a big chunk out here. I wanted to get to this part and show you. The pink little figures at the top are girls, and the blues are the guys. There's yellow and black animals running all over the place trying to get somewhere else. They're moving out. It's nothing proportionate. The figures are barely recognizable, if at all. The point is the story, and this is what happened at the end of the flood, and at the beginning of the whole new population and scattering of people and animals on the earth. So this is where I wanted to get, and this is the point where God put his bow in the sky. And you see it's missing here. I had forgotten to put it in at this point. However, I did go back and I have put the rainbow in. You just won't see it tonight. Maybe once it's all hung up. We're going to finish this out, and I'm going to go back to when I was speaking on here. My story of Noah. There's God telling him, build an ark. He's built, him and his sons have built the ark and called the animals, or God has sent the animals. There's Noah. And the rain comes and covers the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And the water is so deep that it covers the mountains by 15 cubits. Oh, and in this one, Noah is sending out the raven, who comes back with nothing. This time he sends out a dove, who brings back an olive leaf. And then a long time later, 100 and some days, after God sent wind to dry the earth, Noah and his family and the animals are landed on Mount Ararat, and the land is plentiful again, And off they go. And that ends the story that I'm telling. There's much more to it. That just ends what I'm telling. I hope you enjoyed that story of Noah and all the weird figures I drew. It is what it is. If my art suffered because there's nothing proportionate about it, that's okay with me right now with this kind of thing, because I'm not a professional artist. And it looks like a 5th grader did it. Well, probably a little younger than that. But the thing is the story. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you again tomorrow. Maybe. But I'm going to try something different now. I'm going to get away from the paints for at least a little bit. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Click that notification bell. And give me a thumbs up. And do share it. And I hope you've enjoyed the story. God bless and good night.